opportunity.
Guys, we are
Over the
live on
world.
Facebook, yeah?
Oh.
All
Okay,
right.
good. Okay, is the line okay? Anyone in the university? Anyone in campus? No,
No.
no. Yeah, because during yesterday, we have a big lagging in the campus.
Yeah.
Now everybody at home. Let me see the effect. Is it going to be better?
Okay, good morning to all viewers who are viewing us right now. Please like and share this video. We really appreciate it. And we will start sharp at 10, yeah? Alternatively, you may also leave your questions in the comment section once the forum has started, or you may WhatsApp us at 0113-530-8837. We will start at 10, guys.
Can the live picture in the Facebook only see those who are talking, right? Now I can see it's a different format.
Yeah, I just realized that as well.
Yeah.
Let me try to fix it.
There you go. You can see everybody's up now. Now left with Ken. Okay, good. All right, good. Wow, 7 more minutes.
Yeah, 7 more minutes.
Yeah. So Poh Yee is at which semester now?
I'm in my first year, third semester.
First year, first semester.
Third.
Oh, now
Third semester.
third
Third
semester.
semester.
I see. Okay, that's good. So what do you plan to do? Like now it's third, then moving to next year, then finishing.
Plans are very vague.
Still big, yeah. Okay.
I have a rough draft, but that's about it.
There's a lot of things happening in the. Maybe when there's too many things happening, you open up your option, really open up, and wait for the best to come.
She interested in security.
Oh, okay. Security, that's good. Actually, security is very important when everything grow fast. Like just now, we just talked about OneDrive. So security is always at the back of everybody's mind. Yeah. Actually, surprisingly, the companies that I know doing all this IT thing, beside people who are specialized in IT, those people in the design, mass communication, or business, they are all inside there as well. Yeah. IT is the main backbone.
By the way, Poh Yee is one of our the star education fund scholarship recipients.
Oh, wow, congratulations. I didn't know that. Oh, that's good. Alright. Okay. Way to go, man. Way to go. Maybe she can talk to Ernie later on to explore other American UK degree to help her to pursue the IT, further. That will help you to go far.
Yeah, we have.
I didn't plan to pursue degree locally actually, but if
Looking at the
circumstances,
situation, it's challenging.
I just might. Yeah.
Yeah. It's good to study at the place that where the IT is happening.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I heard of so many friends telling me that they can get job even before they graduate in IT industry. I mean, the specific region that they went, where IT is robust.
Mm.
We have this vision long time ago under Tun Mahathir. Yeah, Cyber Jaya. Yeah.
The vision doesn't continue.
Yeah, the vision that we have. We have the vision too early. Now it's 2020 happening. Yeah, but we have the vision some time back, right? Now it's 2020, and we really see by accident COVID-19 actually push that cyber thing further. But looking back, our Cyber Jaya should have hit the gold mine by now. Sometimes the perseverance, and we didn't know that God is planning the 2020 is really a cyber time. We have a Cyber Jaya ready. We should actually look at revitalize that.
My home now. I'm staying here.
Yeah.
Guys, we're going live within 2 minutes. Yeah, 9:58 already. Just heads up.
Okay. Yep. You see, one Miss Nadia have the vision to even stay there already. We even have a cyber university at one point. That cyber multimedia, all this. It's a fantastic vision that our country have. We have to lead the way. I saw in the newspaper this morning about a new invention by Malaysian about that system where can take temperature before you walk into the building and even take your photo and profile for recording purposes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whenever you come to a building, they will snap your photo, take your temperature, take your profile. That will be a good record.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I hope it's just yeah. I hope that is good. But then again, Poh Yee, come to your security issue again. How about the data that they collected? Is it hopefully they use it in a proper manner? Because sometimes we can get handphone people calling me, and then where they get my information. that is the security part actually. Human.
Okay, guys, it's already 10 o'clock.
Okay, good.
Here's the forum. Good morning to all viewers who are with us right now. Um, Today, our agenda is about IT. And before that, I'll appreciate if y'all can actually like the video, share the video, and also share with anyone that's interested in IT. And you can get your comments down in the, sorry, your questions down in the comment section below, and we'll get the speakers to answer y'all today. Now, moving on, I'm going to introduce to y'all our speakers for today. We have Miss Nadia, which is the head of program from IT, UCSI College. Good morning, Miss Nadia.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Nice to meet you.
Good morning. We have Poh Yee, our very own student, who is also the Star Scholarship recipient, who's doing her diploma in IT with UCSI College currently. Good morning, Poh Yee.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. And good morning, Dr. Chong, our VP Academics from UCSI College.
Good morning.
All right. Now, talking about IT, everything is IT today. You name it, everything is about IT today. So we're going to have Miss Nadia to share with us everything about IT and the necessities of IT for today's world. Miss Nadia, you have the floor.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Roshini. So before I share, good morning, everyone. So let me share my screen. Okay. I'll be able to share my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So when we talk about technology itself. Okay, so what is actually information technology? Okay, so as we know that every daily life related to our life, it involves all the technology. Okay, especially to complete tasks. Okay, complete our task. Okay, and as you can see that. Okay, I give you one example now. 3 years back. Okay, 3 years back, we still use money to pay something. Okay, you still pay bills with money and so on. But now every single application, even Lazada, even Shopee now, they have their own e-wallet. How come this, the transition of having money as physical money, we convert into the e-wallet? Okay, now a lot of shops, a lot of organization, okay, they prefer to have this kind of transaction, okay, instead of, yes, you still have money, but then they have another option where they collect our money via virtual one. Okay, so this is one of the improvement or advancement of the technology where we convert the virtual money into the physical money into the virtual money. Okay, so one of the example, right? So every time when I since from UCSI College, I'm in UCSI College. Every time I have consultation with the student, they always ask me, Miss, what is actually information technology? Okay, even everyone asks me, what is actually information technology? Okay, so as you can see that information technology is involved on how we design, okay, how the study of how we design the development, the implementation, okay, or we want to do the support or management of the computer-based information system. Okay, means that let's say we are going to have one system. How does this system will integrate with our life? How does this system will help in the business process and so on? So this is what we need to study in the information technology. Okay, it's not just about programming. We learn here, we learn everything. Okay, the design, the implementation, and the support itself into the computer system. Okay. And also, we want to see that how does the information, okay, each of the information related to each other. Okay, for example, if we just click one ID, okay, any system, they must have ID. Okay, for example, order ID, like our system, we have student ID. Okay, what does this ID mean? This ID mean is how does it differentiate one information to another information in order to process, in order to communicate, okay, via human and also between the human and also technology itself, right? So we don't have to do like manual filing. We don't have to do like manual recording. Okay, we just record it in the system, and then we can retrieve just used by one keyword, okay, which is the ID. Okay, it's either any ID. All right. So that's why ID is important. Okay, any ID will represent the unique the unique identity, where this unique identity represent a few information that related to that particular ID. All right. So information system also involved on the installing, organizing, okay, maintaining the computer system itself. Okay, and it involve and of course the database and networks, because all of this information where we integrate into the technologies, it may need something or somewhere where we can store, okay, and then retrieve back, which is we call as the database. But then how does this information or data that we store and that we may able to collect, which is this one we transfer using the network. Okay, all this information is transferred using the network. So that's why if you do transaction from our place, how our money can go to the other person's account. Okay, so this information, this one of the information is transferring between one database or one server into another server or database within the networks. So all of this is about the information technologies. Yeah,
Very, very
I think
insightful. Very, very insightful, Miss Nadia. Thank you so much. Because I do have parents and students who come up and ask me what is IT. So I think this
yeah.
really, really clears all their doubt and their questions. Now, in the meanwhile, to all viewers who are with us until now, please share this video and like this video. You can ask any questions regarding IT. Yeah, we'll get all our speakers to answer you. All right. Moving on, Miss Nadia, you may continue sharing.
Okay, all right. So a lot of that's why we say that today everything is about IT. If you want to talk about technology, if you want to talk about as this IT stuff, a lot of things that we may share. Okay? And IT is not just about the computer. IT may involve about the design. Okay, may involve about the how does the software and hardware itself. Okay, the interface as well. Okay, and also not just a computer, the machine, the kiosk that we use. For example, nowadays, you don't have to queue in the McDonald's. You can just buy your meals in the kiosk, correct? Okay,
Yep.
that's one of the advancement of technology, whereby we want to reduce the workers, okay, perhaps, or we want to reduce the time taken from the user, from the customer, okay, instead of queuing, they can just straight away buy or order the menu in the kiosk. Okay, something like that. All right. So a
Yeah,
lot of things.
I think this is very interesting, Nadia. Sorry to cut
Yeah.
your
Yeah, it's
conversation,
okay,
but
it's
then
okay, Rachel.
personally as a user, I think during this COVID-19 period of time, we do see a lot of changing of behavior of consumer starting to adapt into this new technology, and
Yes,
to a certain extent force us to learn. Me myself
correct.
explore and started to learn, and I think that what you say is so relevant, as I think of if I want to think a little bit deeper, it's like the whole design of the cyber information system and
Yes.
technologies that come into place. It's actually the same as a person starting business. They have to take care of the entire supply chain, and
Correct.
now with information technology as the backbone, a lot of businessmen and a lot of professionals need to adapt themselves into the situation and progress. And
Yep.
and I just can't imagine people who refuse to adapt at one point of
Yes.
any point of time.
You have to.
I see this newspaper today, this morning, people are queuing up EPF. I remember about 4 weeks ago, I did not queue. I go to EPF, I apply my things, and then done. Then
System.
today, when I see people queuing up, I say, why are they doing
Queuing up.
that? Why are
Correct.
they queuing
Correct.
up? Is it
Yes.
in the system? It already been done. I mean, of course, it is good to have the physical thing. Then now, as I talk, I remember, I recall back ATM. Those days when I'm very young, I remember my parents come back and tell me, oh man, people are queuing up to go and withdraw money when we have queue ATM machine. People are not using ATM machine. It take about 5 years, and 10 years later on, people will not
Yes.
queue into the bank anymore. I remember even overseas, they charge customer for queuing up. for
wow.
physically. I want to withdraw money. Yes, you can withdraw. I charge you $5 for queuing up to withdraw.
Wow, okay.
If not, please go to ATM and pick it up. You know, because you increase the amount of worker entertain you, right? Entertain the person.
Yes, right.
Yeah, and the touch and go as well. I always
Yep.
amazed, like, why are we still collecting money? Under the people who are in the touch and go counter feel bored to have a
Yeah.
standard collection of money. Okay, 250. Only a few options, like for example, 5 locations from that particular toll point, and that is so mechanical of collecting 5 transactions only, and we place one human being there. Most probably that time, as I think, machine and IT is too expensive as compared to human worker, most probably, right? So I think ITO should start to reduce the cost of IT so that people will embrace more. But now, as I can see, as my experience using technologies, it is somehow still very expensive, very, very expensive. I think we are being maybe ripped off to a certain extent. We have to have bandwidth. They charge us like a bomb. They
Yeah.
they have this uh, technology thing, but it's good for students. Well, the more expensive, then you have high salary in demand. So it's good for them until the cost of IT go down. Then perhaps widespread. But as you know, business will get as high margin as possible. So IT is a great industry, high margin. People are going in or out, and as a user, we don't want to queue out. We demand that
Yeah.
service. The more I demand that service, the more IT will earn money. The more graduate like Poh Yee will earn a great buck out there, right? Yeah. All right. Okay, I pass it back.
Thank you
Sorry,
so much.
I just feel
It's
like
okay.
this time for me to say something.
It's
All right,
Thank you,
okay.
thank you so much,
Nadia.
Dr. Chong. Miss Nadia, I
Okay.
just have a question that I'd like to squeeze in. We don't
Yeah.
have any questions from the floor. So if our viewers would like to ask questions, you can actually drop your questions down in the comment section below, yeah? And okay, Miss Nadia, I have one question. Now, talking about replacements and everything about IT, what part of life you think IT cannot be replaced?
What part of life that IT cannot be
Cannot.
replaced? Huh?
IT, I mean, sorry, maybe I didn't rephrase, I have to rephrase my question.
It's okay.
What IT cannot replace in life? Like now it has
Okay.
replaced us. Yeah, like yeah, I understand when you say that even my road tax, I didn't know you can actually do it online.
Yes, that's a long time ago.
Exactly,
Yeah,
I didn't know because I
they even
usually go.
deliver to you your house.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. So it was only lately because of the MCO I didn't know, and then my friend would be like, "Hey, you can actually do it online." You don't know because I prefer
Yes.
going in because post office is really close by my house. But
Yes.
then, yeah. So then now I knew, and then I renewed it online. So what are the things you think that IT cannot replace?
Okay, I think it's actually like this. Okay, whenever they have problem, they always have business. So whenever they see the opportunities, okay, for example, to make people easy, to reduce this and that, okay, there must be a business how they can develop a system or technology on that particular problem. Okay, so if we see that what is IT could not actually replace, I have no idea yet. I have no idea because I think everything we can. Everything we can. As long as I
I
said,
think
the key point of IT now, okay, the technology, whenever they have a problem, there is opportunities or
a
chances
few
for
things.
us to develop something.
Nadia, a few things. I have to
Yes.
intercept this. A few things that IT
Yes.
cannot replace.
Yes.
This one I hear from somebody by the name called Jack Ma. He mentioned a
Okay.
few area. It's not my
Uh-huh.
idea. I listened to him.
Uh-huh.
He says that a few things. One of the things that cannot replace is human wisdom. So the
Yeah.
even then
Yes,
yeah,
of course. Yes.
of course the IT can create all the decision making logic, but when we come to wisdom of a human being consuming
Yes.
all this technology to make decision with our emotion and perhaps behavior combined, I don't know. Then wisdom
Okay.
is very difficult. I know as an IT person, you will try to challenge this, to put all the ingredient in. I think one of the things that happening is the chess playing. You know, we try to compete with machine, right? And
Yeah.
that is one part of decision making and wisdom, and perhaps I don't know whether I should use the word wisdom. Even it's more like logical movement of possibility, and we compete with machine. I think that is then closer. Okay, the second thing that mentioned by Jack Ma, as I can recall, is about it's on entertainment. It's about arts, drawing, singing, those
True.
creativity things.
True, true.
All right. So those people who are out there, don't get despair with this IT. You know, if you have talent in singing, hey man, IT can't do that yet. Okay, but I know IT people will always be. The more you challenge them, the more will they create all these things
Dr. Chong.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, Poh
okay.
Yee.
to
Actually,
overcome all this.
IT
Poh Yee.
can replace the arts industry.
How,
Yes.
Many
Poh Yee?
There you go.
has already
Poh Yee.
over news articles and even modifying voices to make them sound more lovely. Do you know autotune? Autotune is
Yeah,
a technology
auto-tune.
which all singers, most if not all singers use so that they sound better. You don't have to have actual talent to be able to be in the entertainment industry, nor do you have to be very good with a particular skill set in the arts field. Yeah, everything can be replaced with IT sooner or later. It's just that maybe perhaps we're not at that level right now because advancement is not at its peak. We're still advancing, but we can do better if investments are in the right particular, are put
Correct.
in the correct place. Yeah.
Now
Okay.
we are talking
Just to
about
add something.
your star scholars, so I don't want to challenge them.
Okay, just to add something. Okay.
Yes, yes, Miss
Okay.
Nadia.
Can I add?
Yes,
Okay. All right. Just if Dr. Chan say that cannot replace arts. Okay. I
No,
want to say
I
that
didn't say. I didn't say. Jack Ma said.
Okay, you just quote from someone. Oh, yeah. I replace back. Okay, so if you say that one cannot be replaced, do you know that a lot of application that you can learn music instrument, for example, piano, you can learn in the application. They even teach you what is the code in the piano notes.
Yes.
Yeah, so means
My
that you don't
daughter
have to.
learned piano also via this method now.
Yes, so you don't have to go to
Yeah.
the piano class. You can even learn by using your own phones. Okay, so that one's
Yes.
of it. And
Indeed.
another one, I
She's
just
using
want
her
to
own phone.
add. I just want to add another one. Just now you mentioned that whatever technology that we create, people tends to, for example, KWSP just now, right? People tend to queue. Okay, even though we have the system, okay, that one perhaps because of they have the lack of the study in the user interface and user experience. This is what important when you develop something, when you develop technology, when you develop system and so on. Okay, what is UI and UX? User interface and user experience. All right. So user interface and user experience, we are what we call not encourage. We try to illustrate the importance of using the technology without any training. That is the keyword of UI and UX. Okay. So if they say that,
Yes.
they don't want to use the system because it's very difficult. So they rather go and queue up, okay, to settle all their problems and matters and so on. Okay. Because perhaps when the developer or the system designer, when they create this system, they don't emphasize on the UI or UX itself. Okay, so in order to have a good system, you have to increase the level of usability for that particular application. Okay, for example, I give you one.
Very kind
Yes,
of
I
you,
give you one.
Nadia, to say that. Yeah, just also very kind of you to say that, because a lot of time my experience says that we no need to have usability to the 100%, but
Okay,
actually
yeah.
some of the users need to be forced to a certain degree to use it. Say for example now, MCO period. We have been trying to do blended learning for ages. We have been asking people to
Yeah.
do CN team. People just don't
Mm-mm.
want to do it. It's so difficult. I can't even start my computers. Okay. Now during MCO, we are telling some of the people out there, hey, you're going to lose your job. You try not to use anything. And suddenly,
Yeah.
I,
suddenly,
yeah,
everybody become
they force.
expert in Microsoft Team, expert in
Yeah,
CN. Those
yeah.
features that I never known before, suddenly they also know. So I say,
Mm-mm.
how can this be? So you just talk about usability. Try to please the user, make them use
Yeah, yeah,
nicely.
yeah.
All the button can be
Yes,
found.
yes,
It's
yes,
good.
yes.
I appreciate that. I'm very happy to hear that. But at the same point,
Mm-mm.
as you say that, I also reflect on the MCO period. It's like, okay, if you do this so nice for them, they don't
You
even
can.
want to use it and give
Mm-mm.
all the reason, all kind of reason not to use it, then they won't
Mm-mm.
use it. To a certain
Mm-mm.
extent, they can say that
Mm-mm.
no, oh no, my
Mm-mm.
house is hot, so cannot use. Or
Mm-mm.
maybe maybe
Mm.
my
Mm-mm.
computer is slow, But when
Mm.
it comes to MCO and things are so demanding, and we will
Mm-mm.
just say that okay, if you don't do that, sorry, you may lose your job, and then
Mm-mm.
suddenly everybody tends to able to use.
Yes.
Even the students,
Mm-mm.
I find that okay, exam time suddenly all of them find all the way. It's like a car, right?
Mm.
Wanted to come to work and suddenly okay, if you don't have a vehicle to come to work, then I can't
Mm-mm.
employ you. Suddenly they
Mm-mm.
can find their way to come to work
Mm-mm.
by
True.
public
Mm-mm.
transport, all these things. So
Mm-mm.
I think it's a balance between usability and challenge of pressure, a little bit here and there, but not too extreme. But MCO is a
Yes.
fantastic period. But anyway, sorry, you can
Uh,
continue.
I
I
almost
just
forget what I'm
cannot wait
going to
for this
say.
to sorry. I just
Before we
cannot wait
continue,
Okay.
yeah,
because
before
this
Yeah.
is
we,
so happening now. Yeah.
yeah, true. Thank you, Dr. Chong. Before we continue, Miss Nadia, we have a question from our very own CEO, Dr. Mabel. She commented
Yeah.
in the comment section asking that she said we have heard that 5G may be dangerous. Can you comment?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, Poh Yee say
May be
that.
dangerous. Okay, 5G, 5 generation. Okay, Poh Yee.
Yes.
Me?
Yes, Poh Yee.
Yeah,
Okay.
your security area.
Well, I don't see why 5G will be dangerous,
Mm-hmm.
besides the high level of radio frequency radiation, which can be prevented if we plan good enough on how
Mm-hmm.
to build our radio towers in order to
Mm-mm.
transmit 5G
Mm-mm.
internet connection. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
that's probably the only issue that people would bring up about when it comes to 5G. People tend to oversee the benefits of 5G, and humans being humans, they will always look at the bad side, even if it's just
That's
a
it.
minuscule problem. This
Mm-mm.
problem of radiation can be fixed if we just plan properly, we
Mm-hmm.
have a good design and a good infrastructure. Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I add a little bit?
Yeah,
I
Miss
can.
Nadia, go on.
All right. So every single technology, the new one, of course, once we develop that, it's not 100% perfect. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
100% perfect. Once we deploy or once we have live for the user to use it, then we get the feedback. Then we know what they are facing. From the problem that they are facing, that's what we improve the technology.
Mm-hmm.
For example, Facebook. Nowadays they can having business in Facebook. They can generate income using Facebook. Last time, 10 years ago, Facebook is just a social network only, just to find friends,
Yeah.
just to add friends,
Yeah.
someone. So how from that point they can move on until up to date, people can generate income using Facebook. So that's why feedbacks will always comes after that, comes later for all in order for the developer whatsoever, okay, to increase the percentage of the goods of that technologies. Mm-mm.
Can
Okay.
I add
To
on?
improve the technology, yes.
Uh,
Yes.
See, the
Yes.
thing with inventions and implementation of new technology is that the public is always afraid. Now we are living comfortably.
Yep.
We, we
Mm-mm.
it's comfortable. Why do we have to change? You know, they don't see that
Yes, correct.
technology is important and it could potentially fix and help us solve many different issues that we currently have. And you know, because we're still in early stages of development, we cannot answer every single question. And not being able to answer every single question means that there's uncertainty. And when there's uncertainty, we don't understand. So we feel vulnerable. So that's why people are afraid of new technology. And I think that
Yes.
people should be more aware and be more open-minded to try out new things. If it doesn't work well, we can always revert back things to the original state. If it works, why not continue development? You cannot just not try new technology. Yeah.
Correct.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yes, Dr. Chong, you have something to add in?
Yeah, it's okay. It's just a demand and supply thing as the things moving on. Yeah, it's just back to a technology is created, then you pass it on to the business world and society to use it, and even political environment to find a balance as it progresses. All right, there's a lot of factors as we move along. From one year to another year as it come by. So the 5G technology is a fantastic technology that I know of. It can create wonders, and everybody want to possess that technology. And with that, it creates a lot of competition, not only in business, I think in the country and in the political environment, as I read it and I see it. So that is beyond your topic of IT now. It move on to other area, but then that is the world that we are living in now. Yep. Sorry.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Chong. Thank you, Poh Yee and Miss Nadia. Dr. Mabel said thanks as well. She left a comment in the comment section. Thank you, Dr. Mabel, for the question. Now, to all viewers who are viewing us until now, please send in your questions in the comment section and we'll get the speakers to answer you. Alternatively, please share and like this video with everyone that you know. And yes, moving on, Miss Nadia, you want to continue sharing?
Yes. Okay. So just now I haven't finished because Dr. Shaw already interrupted.
Sure.
Okay, back to the user interface and user experience just now. Yes, of course, sometimes we have paused to use the technology. Okay, but then in order to work with this user interface and experience, the consideration of the psychology, the sociology of the human, the background of the human, also we have to put under consideration when we want to design this system or application and so on, right? So for example, WhatsApp. Okay, WhatsApp, we can see that it have been used by all level of ages. Okay, many means that from the youngster until the adults and even the elderly. Okay, they are comfortable using WhatsApp. Okay, why? Why they can able use WhatsApp, but then they are not able to use any other system? Okay, so
User
this is
friendly,
one
probably.
of yes. So this is what we are cater with the user interface, user experience. Okay, how we are going to get all level of user can use the same system comfortably. Okay, comfortable. It means that no matter who you are, no matter how old are you, you still be able to use the system.
Yeah.
Okay, you still be able
WhatsApp
to
is
use the
a
application.
fantastic one, actually.
Yes,
Fantastic
yes. Okay.
example.
No one teach us how to use that, but how we
Exactly.
can manage to communicate using the applications. Okay, so this is what the when you have a good UI, when you have a good research in UX, okay, so you will be able to produce a good system that can be used from all level of user. Okay, doesn't matter you are doctor, doesn't matter you are a teacher, okay,
Young or
you are the
young.
housewife, okay, you still can use them.
Exactly.
Yes,
I think that WhatsApp is one of the fantastic example that you ever give. I mean, it is very relevant. No need to teach, and everybody
no
addicted
need to cheat.
and use it.
So
In
this is
Malaysia,
what,
for example.
this is what the application or system we have to work with. Meaning that
In China, they
we
use WeChat and other country
Huh.
messenger, all
Yeah.
these, you see.
Yes,
It's
correct.
just then
Yeah.
about the
But
specific region have the
that's
specially
that's what
apps that they be addicted to.
that's what involves sociology in the UI and UX. So in UI and
Yeah.
UX, you have to know psychology, you have to know sociology. If you do research in this UI and UX, then you will learn deep on this. Okay, even
Yes,
though
yes,
my
agree,
even
agree.
though the IT student also they learn this in their human computer interaction. Okay, we have previous semester I have to do a lot of experiments to compare between one to another of application. How this one application and this one application, what are the principles that they apply in order to have a good usability, good experience from the user. Okay, we
Yes,
study on that.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Hey, thanks for that, Nadia. I then
Yeah.
relate to what I want have experience with IT people.
Yes.
Sometime back, especially the older generation to a certain extent,
Yes. I'm
they
facing
are
too.
very into their own world that they don't care about user ability and sociology of it, the user addictive of technology, all
Mm-mm.
this. Okay, this is my software, use it or leave it unless
Yeah.
MCO happen again, and then I have no choice but to use it. But now
Mm.
MCO is about to lift it, so you can't force them anymore. And kind of like you don't create something that I want to use, I will just ignore your software. I think this is what's happening to Microsoft Team and the rest. Zoom, you see, Zoom suddenly get most famous, become most famous face-to-face software because of the interface and usability, and some of the platform is catching up. Yeah, as I experience all these platforms throughout the few months, I found that Google what they call that Google Classroom seems to be good. Yeah.
Google
So yeah,
Classroom.
interesting.
Yeah.
Google
Oh.
Classrooms are used by public schools. The MOE KPM has implemented Google Classroom around
Yeah.
late last year, where they started
Oh.
teaching teachers how to use it. And
Mm.
coincidentally, this
They
year,
had to use this.
they had
Yeah.
to use it.
Yeah.
So many teachers are like, trying to get the gist of it, and they're still trying to help one another on how to use Google Classroom, how to set up their classes and whatnot. Yeah.
Mm.
But some
The
teachers
setting up
still
is,
refuse to
yeah.
use it, unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it go through the. I remember setting up for my children as well. Need a little bit of IT savviness to set up actually. To get
Mm-hmm.
into the email, and then I relate back to Nadia's usability kind of things. That the email that they give us, it's like MOE certain number at something dash DL. The dash is upper middle dash or down dash also. That create a lot of problem to the user, especially
Yep. Yep.
parents. Like, hey, your dash is when the students copy back that particular email, you put so
Mm-hmm.
many dash and symbol into it. It's like, hey, this dash is up or down or middle, so we don't know,
Mm.
is it a dot or what. So all these things create a very inconvenient. But that language, that dash is very common to IT people. Is like you guys like to read dot here, dash here, star there, all this. So to you, it's a normal language. But to
Yeah.
a normal user, those are uncommon language. So as a result, that starting up, I remember looking at the WhatsApp group among our parents. They are, is it a dash up there, up dash or down dash bottom,
I
middle,
think so.
and yeah,
The
all these
problem,
are small things.
the
Yeah.
reason
Is
why
going.
we need characters other than just letters is because, you know, um, there are many, many users. We're talking millions, if not
Yes, yes.
billions of users.
Mm,
So in order to differentiate one account to the other, there must be
mm,
something different. And so to
yes,
use characters, that's how we differentiate different accounts. Yeah.
it's true. It's true. But it's good that they just use the IC number of the student. Then it solves the thing.
Yeah, but
I
IC
just
number
think,
is
why
a
not you
very
just use the
private
IC number?
thing. That's why we cannot use IC number. It goes against privacy laws.
Okay.
See?
All
Yeah.
right, that's good then. That's good. That's good. Yeah.
All right.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
Thank you so much for you, Dr. Chong and Nadia. A good conversation actually today. Good insights we have for IT today. All right. To all our viewers, please share and like this video. You can put in your questions in the comment section, and we'll get the speakers to answer you. Yeah. All right. Miss Nadia, you want to
Yes.
continue sharing?
Yes. Okay. So sure.
If there's no questions from the
We
floor, I
interrupt you
will.
all along the way.
I will ask questions that some questions that I and my team and some of us parents have asked before. So you can go on with your presentation. I'll ask you.
That is how classroom is like, right? When the
Yes.
students keep asking questions and things
Yes.
keep on developing, we learn from each other as we progress.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
All right.
So I said to my
Okay.
students. Okay.
Keep
Okay.
All
asking
right.
questions.
So
Okay.
other than okay, so just now I mentioned about the IT. Okay. So other than that, people keep asking, is it different between IT and computer science? What is
Yes,
the
that
difference
is
between these two?
yes, yes.
Correct. Can you see my slide now?
Yeah, can.
Okay, you can see. All right. So people keep asking, what is the differences between information technology and computer science? I can say that some of the courses they are overlap. Okay, meaning that they need each other. If we don't have computer scientists, we cannot have the IT personnel,
Oh, computer
professionals. Okay,
engineering.
if we don't have IT, yes, computer engineering is another thing. That one I will
Oh,
elaborate later.
okay.
Okay, computer
All right,
engineering
sure.
another thing. All right. So now between these two, what is the common differences or common similarity between them, right? So IT itself, if you focus in the IT, let's say you take diploma in IT and then you take a bachelor in IT and then you focus on your master also in the IT area, okay? So IT is more on the computer system, okay, or computer software and networks, how you are going to process and distribute the data. Okay, how does the one data and another data could be related to each other? How they want to ensure that this information will give another information. Okay, for example, I will say our CMS. Okay, with one ID students, we can see that okay, this student has the outstanding fee. From this outstanding fee, the next section that we could not release the result. Okay, so how does this information we can get in one single interface? Okay, meaning that just using the ID, and then we can know that this one already approved the marks, but then we cannot approve the cannot release the mark yet because they have an outstanding fees. Meaning that we already integrate. Okay, we already integrate one information to another information to give what is the next action or the next consequences for us to process the data. Okay, so this is where the IT professionals would do it in the computer system. Okay, and as the IT professional, they also involved in how to solve the business needs. Okay, how they want to adapt. Okay, like you know that information system, they have a many level of the system. Like they have management information system, they have decisions making system, they have the what we call that processing transaction system. Okay, all of these systems, they have a different way of conducting or process the data. So this is where the IT professional we need. Okay. Moving to the computer science is more on the behind, how you are going to design the computer. Okay, the purpose of having the computer. So that's why this computer science, they're more specific, more focused on the mechanics or the computational of data, and also how to control the data, the design, okay, including the architecture of the system, okay, perhaps the infrastructure, the network architecture that they're going to use in the system. So this is the computer science where we need them. So that's why if we ask about which part, which courses require the most mathematic knowledge. Okay, so I would say that computer science needs more because they will learn, they will involve, they need to understand how the mathematics and algorithm in order to execute certain code, in order to execute certain operating system to that particular hardware or software. Okay, all right. So these two courses or these two area, sometimes they might be overlap. Okay, like our DIT now, I can see that there are combination of IT and computer science. Okay, so they have no problem if they want to pursue to the computer science degree in computer science, for example, or they can choose degree in other, because in our module itself, okay, diploma in IT, we already have a mix of computer science and we already have a mix of information technology. Okay, basically for computer science, the courses that we have is the most courses that we have in our diploma is the first year courses in computer science. So they are the fundamental knowledge that you need to know in order to pursue. Okay, so as you know that computer science they involve of this mathematical algorithm and um, um, the logicals. Okay, so the part of the computer science extend a little bit. If we can extend a little bit of computer science, then we have the AI, then we have the cyber security, we have the data, big data and so on. This is part of the area
Nadia,
or branch, yes, that we
Yes,
have
Doctor.
can I interrupt you
yeah,
sekejap?
yeah, sure.
You mentioned about AI, which is a buzzword now. Cybersecurity is another buzzword now.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah.
yes.
How do you relate this to our diploma in IT? You all study this as part of the area branches as well?
Yes, yes. For example, they need this mathematics. They need to be able to have good in mathematics, because in AI, once they pursue in AI or cybersecurity, they have another courses that need them to master the fundamental of logical mathematics and algorithms. That's the important part, because in AI, more on the we want to insert the element of the natural system, okay, or intelligence itself, how we want to calculate, for example, the duration between one particular point to another particular point. So this duration also perhaps they need to have a gradient. So gradient, if you don't know how to do to calculate gradient, you cannot calculate in your system in
So
order to
basically, a
estimate
person
the duration.
who want to study, say for example, cybersecurity, so they can
Mm-mm,
come to
mm-mm.
diploma in IT and then
Sure,
progress
yes.
towards cybersecurity.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can say that our diploma program here is like a foundation or fundamental. If you want to further in any other area.
For example, AI, which is really a big
Yeah.
thing.
Yes, yes.
Yes, the
Because
demand
AI
is
you still
increasing
need,
as well.
yes, because AI you still need to know programming. AI you still need to know mathematics, maths, where we have that. Okay,
Oh,
AI you still need to
okay.
do the network, where we have that
So,
no network as well.
so
Yeah,
is it
all three
okay that
courses.
if we tell our students, our future new students, that from diploma in IT, and then we can branch out
Yeah.
into AI, cybersecurity,
Mm,
so we can
mm,
tell them that, okay, these are
mm.
the places that you can go, and maybe
Yeah.
should we develop our own diploma in AI, cybersecurity, or
Yeah.
actually a natural pathway actually?
Uh, Now they have a specific, because now it's demand, so they have a specific like bachelor in artificial intelligence. Back 10 years ago during my time, we don't have this specific. Not most of the institution have this specific, because they haven't demand on this particular area. Okay, but then we have the specialized. We call as specialized. You want to specialize on which area, like network, security, AI, or software engineering, you can go specialized where they have 4 modules, like 4 or 5 modules that you need to complete, which is this module is the fundamental module. If you continue as the major of AI, like Bachelor of AI. So these are the module that you are going to learn as well if you major in particular degree. So for our diploma here, if you want to encourage them, okay, they can use this certificate, our diploma certificate, in order to pursue. Okay, but what the thing is, the module that only support the other majoring like AI, okay, maybe not too specialized, meaning that it's only mathematics, okay, but we will have to see that what kind of the module that they need to have more in order to learn better in AI. So if I say
Yeah.
from our diploma, they can proceed. Of course, they can proceed. Because
Yeah,
this is
because
the
employability is one of the major concern and major area. Even like IT is, I would say, 110% employable. Then we want to make sure our students, when they graduate, they are not only employable now, but going upstream to be highly successful, highly rich, I would say, as at the end of the day. So, I think it's also good time to push further, up. So the value change of industrial expectation. But anyway, the program is already like what I can hear clearly from Miss Nadia is that it already embedded all these futures component of AI cybersecurity, and then is for our students to pursue a next stage of their what they call the educations, so that they can then go to AI and cybersecurity as they progress. That's fantastic. I think really look forward to see all the success of the securities and AI students. And I know that Poh Yee is very interested in cybersecurity. Maybe Poh Yee can say something
Yes.
about that.
Yes, Poh Yee.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, say something in what?
On cybersecurity and the career development, because now you are in diploma in
We all
IT,
know that IT, technology is booming. Every part, everywhere needs cybersecurity personnel, even hospitals, schools, and your day-to-day office. Any corporation, they definitely need cybersecurity personnel. So in terms of employability, I think cybersecurity field, you're very likely to be employed even if you are a fresh graduate. Yeah, people are desperate to get in cybersecurity personnel because security is very important. If you can assure your customers of security, you can your business will definitely boom. Yeah.
A simple thing is just now as I conversed with Poh Yee just now about the what they call the email code, and Poh Yee just come in and say, hey, IC is not a good starting point of creating an email because of this. A person who mindful of
IC
security,
is definitely not a good.
Yeah, as simple as that. You see, when we have a running operation, we will say, okay, use the simple one, using the IC, but then security issue already breached from the start. Not even going in depth yet.
Yeah.
Even your passwords, actually, you shouldn't have it closely related to you. For example, your mother's birthday or something like that. You should always use something that is unpredictable. The more unpredictable it is, the more secure your password is. And you should also want to randomize words and whatnot. Yeah.
I think, Poh Yee, I don't have the problem of unpredictable password. I have a problem on remembering the password.
That's why
I
you
can
tend
do
to
an
use
unpredictable
the
one,
simple.
then I forget.
Yeah.
I think that one is for the computers people to figure out how to make my life a bit easier later. Like I can create a very sophisticated one, but tomorrow, oh no, what I have done to myself.
There are few applications. I believe newer iPhones have it. I forgot what's the application called. It's like a password manager kind of thing. It is incredibly secure. And as complicated as your password is, they will store it for you. And in order for you to access your password, you need to go through various identification. For example, maybe biometric, your face or face recognition, or maybe your fingerprints. And then you also have password, you also have security questions. There are different layers of verification in order for you to access the password manager. So I think one of those applications is the kind of solution that we currently have for password problem.
Yeah, I think I have this security breach about 3 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken, on my credit cards. I think at one morning, 7:50, I received a message that somebody in South Africa is using my credit card, and
my God.
they send me a text and stating that the amount in South Africa currency ZAR, is AR, and then they give me the code, the PIN code. Then immediately in 1 minute I call up the bank and say, oh, something's going wrong. And then the bank just tell me I have to cancel your card. I say, oh, my card have a lot of prepayment, and then what do you call it? The payment
Privilege.
that I always
Yeah.
the transaction. So I say no, it is a security breach. But that features actually, although make me a little bit like nervous and inconvenient to a certain extent, but I'm so glad that it has been positioned so nicely that it give me a signal that somebody is using my card. All right,
Yeah.
and that security feature is so good as I think back now. Although after I get my card within less than 12 hours, they send me
Oh.
during an MCO period within
Oh,
12 hours.
wow.
Morning, I say, oh, security breach. At 3 o'clock afternoon, I got my replacement card. Okay, but
Oh.
then I have to get back all my auto payment things back again. A little bit painful, but then at the back of my mind is that, wow, luckily it will be worse if this message doesn't come through and I check. So my personal experience on cybersecurity is so important, or else I'll be losing money. And I'm just talking about me myself. And how about other people that they can have a security breach as far as credit card is concerned? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, Poh Yee,
Yeah.
something that really concern us, and I think every organization like banks, especially, will be seriously need these people. I don't mind pay all the security people RM1 each one, each month, just to make my security up. If I pay one person pay RM1 each month, just think about millions of people. Okay.
Yeah.
Subscribe to the security person in the security line will be rich.
But you see, it's not just the money doesn't just go to the personnel itself. You see, it goes
Yeah.
into maintaining the infrastructure for
System. Yeah.
security, databases and so on and so forth, which is a whole new other subject.
Yeah. Yeah, it is true. It's true. All this is very important. Like the basic security we have in the world is like army and police are all our security forces. But now we create a
Yeah.
new job in this world for cyber security because we created a new system. Suddenly we need to make it secure. And last time we have antivirus kind of thing. Buy a computer, we have to have antivirus. Oh man, there's another software that I have to buy. So you can choose not to buy. It's okay. When you have virus, then you have more problem.
Yeah.
Actually, generally, you do not need an additional antivirus unless you're in a big corporation where you cannot track and what you say, you cannot oversee what your employees do. Then it is generally recommended that you get an antivirus. But for personal use, as long as you don't go to websites or randomly download things that that may look fishy, you are fine with just Windows Defender. Yeah, you don't need
Yes, correct.
additional cost on antivirus softwares. You don't need to like scan your computer every day. Yeah. If as long as you take your own safety precautions, you're fine. You won't have viruses.
I
Yeah.
Yes,
see.
exactly.
How about this phishing thing that's happening so rampant that they're phishing your the first time I heard about phishing also, I don't know what is that. Then maybe you can explain to the viewer.
Okay. When it comes to phishing, there are many forms. You have mobile phones phishing. You have fake websites, sometimes emails. Typically, the ones people fall into is mobile and website, and also email, but typically mobile. I think it's because when someone calls you, you tend to trust them more because you don't know how they got your number, and perhaps it's call is always deemed as something important, so people would definitely pick it up. So I think to prevent yourself from getting involved in all these phishing scams, if it sounds too good to be true, then it's probably not true.
Yes, correct.
So it's a human greedy
Yeah.
that we
Yeah.
fall into all
It's
these
usually
phishing.
human greed that leads to a scam, or sometimes they play with your emotions, empathy. They'll say, hi, I'm from this organization, we're trying to collect donations and so on and so forth. And you start to empathize. I
Mm.
think the best way to prevent that particular person from playing your emotions is asking them for a legitimate website, and then you can look through the website, check digital certificates, do a bit of research online and see if this organization is legitimate or not before you donate
Yeah, yeah,
through the official
yeah, right.
website. Yeah, that's one
Yeah,
of the ways to.
yeah.
Whereas for all these people who call you and say, hi, I represent the bank, or hi, I
Mm.
represent law enforcement, always go through authorized websites from the government, from that particular branch of
Yeah.
officer,
I think I
or
have that
bank
experience
branches.
really,
Yeah.
actual experience on TNB. Somebody call me and can quote even my previous house that I stay, and they say your bills have not been settled. I say, did I? Then I call back Tanaga, and they say, no, you have sold your house and it already gone. Then I say, how come these people know a little bit of my details? Why they know? I'm just curious. It's like, how do they know that I have one house that I have sold, and then they say that my bill is still in the house or something like that? I'm very very concerned. But then I call up, like what Poh Yee say. Then I call up the authority, Tanaga, and clarify that, and say it's a scam. They record my message and they'll investigate. I give them the number even that call me. Then another case that I face, I assume that I have a lot of security problem. It's in their Facebook. Somebody in the Facebook sent me a hi message. Actually, it's my friends, my mother friends that I also know, and we are very close. And then he said hi to me, and then I reply, hi, how are you? And then we start a little bit of conversation. And then along the conversation, know that friends that I know is normally a very jovial person, and then want to play joke with me, and then this guy, although he's a very elderly, but I figure out that the conversation is a little bit dull, a little bit serious. Is it really her? Then that is where I contacted her daughter, and they say, hey, your mom doesn't sound that what I know, who I know. And then suddenly I found out her Facebook account is being hacked. I don't know
Oh,
how it's being
wow.
hacked.
Oh my
So I
God. Okay.
stopped talking to her after that. But then the person keep on messaging me, but I then delete that person out. Wow, that is something that I experienced even in the Facebook. And then I confirmed that the account is being hacked. Yeah, I don't know how it's being hacked, but then wow,
Okay,
that's crazy.
professional
Mm,
scammers usually they carry out. They don't just instantly get your number and call you. Usually
mm,
they have a couple of months where they spend these months doing user enumeration, where
mm,
because everyone leaves a digital footprint and sometimes you may forget, or it's public,
mm,
so they collect all this information and then they classify it under categories. So they target those who are more vulnerable and those who usually have some private information where they think that no one else knows. That's how
mm,
they gain the victims' trust in order to give them more information. User
mm,
enumeration is a very important step for every single hacker and also scammer. Yeah, that's how they
mm.
get your old
Wow.
address. Yeah.
Wow. Should I feel proud that they are interested in me?
Perhaps
I'm not a millionaire.
we carry
I
a
think
lot
there's
of
a
iPhones.
very bad scammer, very bad scammer. I think the wrong target, guys. I'm not rich.
Yes, quite interesting talk today. We have actually one more minute before the forum ends. But viewers, if y'all have any questions, y'all can actually get in the comment section. Yeah. Now, Miss Nadia, before we leave, I just have one question because we have 1 minute left. Because okay, we know technology is evolving every day, right? So students who start their diploma today, I mean this year, they'll graduate within 2 years, 2.5. Would their learning and all the things that they've gained from education, would it be outdated by then?
Oh, yes. As we know that technology is grow faster. Okay, it is not outdated. Sometimes it's just improvement. Okay,
Okay.
but yes. So students just need to adapt with the new technology, and of course, every day we have to learn something. Even me myself, every day I have to write a code. If I don't write a code, then it will gone. It will gone. The knowledge is gone. Okay, so the coding, how to have a simple coding, you have to have more practice. So I think when you involve the IT, is about the exploration itself. How you want to improve yourself, you have to have your own initiative to improve. Of course, now we are teaching them Java, but now you know that they have a lot of language that coming, but as long as they are still in the object-oriented programming categories, there's no big changes. Like my previous study ago, okay, previous study, I didn't learn Java. Okay, Java is not my first language. I learned C++ as my first language. But as we go further, we have to develop, we have to have initiative to ourselves, because all this concept of programming is almost similar. The syntax is just different. So I couldn't say it's outdated. This is how you have to have initiative in yourself in order to improve. Mm-mm.
Okay. Thank you so much, Miss Nadia. And with that, I think we'll end the forum today. Has come to an end. Today's forum has come to an end. So I'd
That's
like
very
to
fast,
thank.
I think.
Yep, today quite
The
I
time
learned a
flies.
lot. So thank you, Dr. Chong, Miss Nadia, and Poh Yee as well. Really deep insights and really helpful, I'd say. So with that, I would like to bid all our viewers farewell. But tomorrow we'll be back 10 a.m. to 11 with accounting. So we're going to
Okay.
talk everything about accounting tomorrow. Yeah. So
Right.
please tune in with us tomorrow as well. And
Okay.
if y'all have any questions about us, you can actually get log on to www.ucsicollege.edu.my. Alternatively, you may even WhatsApp us at 0113-530-8837. And with that, I wish all of y'all a good day and thank you to all speakers.
All right. Happy Vesak
Thank you. Bye
and
bye.
Happy Vesak, everyone. Bye.
thank you.